You ever get tired of letting Satan just shoot a layup? Just drive right to the basket, lay it up. You know, when basketball, when a player has a dominant hand, you know, let's say he always goes to the right, you try to make that player go to the left. You know, you don't just keep letting him drive right, shoot a layup, or dunk it, or whatever. If you want to succeed, you stop him from going to the right. You over-exaggerate to the right to the fact that you make him go to the left. That's the objective. Now, I knew that. You know, I knew what to do, no question about it. I just didn't have the ability to do that. Too slow, whatever the reason. What's my point? You know, our enemy has been driving to the right since the beginning of time. Think about it. Garden of Eden, what happened? Goes to Eve. He has two good tricks that he uses on Eve that he still uses today. What does he do? He goes up to Eve and entices her to eat a fruit which was forbidden by God. And he appeals to her in two ways. One, he plants the seed of self-doubt. What does he say? Well, God didn't really say that. He said that, but he didn't really mean it. In other words, you know, he gets Eve to doubting what she heard. He inserts a little self-doubt. Then what's the next thing? The power grab. What does Eve say? Well, it sure would be good to know everything that God knows. Satan wants us to doubt ourselves and to want power. That's an easy one for him. And for thousands of years, he keeps driving to the basket on the right side and laying it right in there on us by putting the seed of self-doubt and making us hungry for power. That's what we have. Still going on today. Christians are not being who they're called to be, me included, because we doubt our ability to do it. Well, I'm not qualified, or I'm not equipped, or I'm not worthy. Guess what? We're going to end this one right now. I'm going to end this argument. You're not qualified, and I'm not qualified. You're not equipped, and I'm not equipped. You're not worthy, and I'm not worthy. But guess what? Neither was Moses, Abraham, David, Peter, Paul, John. We'll just keep on naming everyone in the Bible. None of them were qualified, equipped, or worthy. So we'll handle that self-doubt. You're not, and I'm not. But here's the thing, we don't have to be. God equips us. You know, we've all heard the old saying, God doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called. And while it can be corny to say time and time again, it is 100% true. He doesn't call me because I'm equipped to handle it. Matter of fact, it's just the opposite. He calls me because I'm the last person you would expect to do the things that he calls me to do. I'm not, excuse my hair there, I just got through working out. That's not that I care, but anyway, I'm just noticing it there. There's a little self-doubt. Not important. Got off on a tangent there. See, he calls me because it's out of my character. It's not in my character to make a video while I'm driving down the road and put it on Facebook for the whole world to see. That's not who I am. But for some reason, God said, you're going to do this. Then I'm going to be obedient. It's out of my character to preach sermons, to fill in and preach sermons on a Sunday. That's not in my character. It's not something I would think I would ever want to do. But God says, you're going to do it, so we're going to do it. And that's the key. We are going to do it. It's not me, it's Him. Except when the sermon's no good or the video's no good, then it's me. But, you know, He doesn't want us to doubt ourselves in the manner. Yes, He wants us to be humble, because a humble person is teachable. But being humble does not mean thinking less of yourself. It means thinking of yourself less. Not worrying about self. God does not call us to have self-doubts about ourselves. He loves us just as we are. Does He want to mold and shape us into better? Absolutely. But He loves me just like I am. All the flaws. And everything. All the flaws. You know, there's a reason, I think, that Jesus, when He reappeared to the disciples, still had the scars in His hands. Those sins that He covered were still there. They didn't go away. While we are still here on this earth, until we are called home, those sins don't go away. But God says, I chose you with all the scars and all the flaws. Yes, you have problems, and I know every one of them, but that doesn't disqualify you from me using you. So, we have to remember that. Because when we remember that, suddenly we've started to take that lane away from the enemy, from our opponent. We've started, you know what? We're easing over to the right side and taking away his dribble hand, his dominant hand. When we remember that God knows exactly who we are and He loves us just as we are. Just as we are. We don't have to clean ourselves up. He'll clean us up when we admit that we can't clean ourselves up. How awesome is that? That the God of the universe says, I know you're faulty and I know you can't fix it, but I have a way through the blood of Jesus Christ. And no, it doesn't fix you while you're still here on this faulty, sin-stricken world we call home, earth, right now. You're still going to struggle with it. It's not going to go away. But the remedy is that I get to experience it with you. I don't leave you there to do it by yourself. So, let's remember who we are. Because how we identify ourselves helps us through our self-doubts. All right, what's the other one? The power grab. Man, are we in a power grab in this old world that we're in. You think about it. You know, we're in an election year. there for the president, and it has nothing to do with the issues or anything else. It's always a power grab for the politicians. We're in a power grab. If you think a Republican or a Democrat can fix what's wrong with this society, then God bless you. You're very mistaken. They can't. They can't fix the sin problem that is in this country. So it's all a power grab. Which side's going to control what? Who controls this? Who's going because whoever has the power controls the money. So same trick as it was thousands of years ago. Satan wants us to make a power grab so that we somehow feel on the same level as God. So how do we fix that? Quit worrying about it. Quit getting caught up in the things that are happening on TV or here and there. Should you be informed? Absolutely. Should you go vote? 100%. But the anxiety that comes along with it, that was never intended to happen. God didn't want us to have that anxiety because He never wanted us to know. But we choose, through a power grab, to know the difference in good and evil. And when we did that, consequences come along with it. So pick your head up. You understand that this world is not our home. And when we understand that this world is not our home, then we're not hungry for power in this world. We understand that God's in control. And when we do that, when we stop self-doubting and we stop looking for power like the world does, then suddenly we've taken away Satan's right hand. His trick that he's been using for thousands of years is suddenly no longer relevant. Will he trip us up with something else? Probably. But how about we make him do that? Let's quit letting him use the same trick over and over and over again. Be confident in who you are in the Lord. That's my prayer for you and for me. Stop listening to the doubts that Satan likes to plant in our head. God bless you. I hope you have a great day, and let's make Satan shoot a jump shot every now and then. See ya.